It's 11:55 a.m. Saturday, April 10th, 2021. Now it's 11:56. I'm trying to figure out where to start this video. I was doing pretty good on my last video I was making to put out for everyone, and I forgot to turn the microphone on. It's like I say, talking with people that, everyone wants to be perfect and try to be perfect, and it's good to strive to do the best you can and to be the best you can, but you cannot allow yourself to have issues with searching for something you can never reach. There's no such thing as perfection. People say God is perfect. Yeah, God's dead. And God was never anything like that. God was the original first being, male and female. All they wanted was praise. Anyway, that's enough of them for right now. Yeah. Oh, also, ever since attacking, going at my neck, on both sides, trying to open up the carotid arteries so I could get out of here, something happened, and my eyes are like the tear ducts leak a little bit out the corner. So you might see some redness here and whatever. And sometimes I'll go to, wipe it when I feel it build up a little bit. Whatever. Before going any further, I want to mention with the consults coming in, to be put on the waiting list. I've got the email where I keep everything. I keep everything on red, so I can see how many are there, what's going on, and everything else. But then I take your email address and the day that you put in the request. And I was logging the time. It was too much of a problem, so I just put your name and the date and put it in there and log it on an Excel sheet. So I have backup. If anything happened to the emails, I still have the information. Sometimes you wonder if you send it a second time. If it went through and you send it a second time, the chance of it going through, of you needing to do it a second time, is going to be like 1 in 100. But do me a favor, try not to intentionally send it again. It just throws things off. It takes Deanna some work to send out these invoices, to send out these sheets, the forms, so that you can fill it out, give us, the full email, start working on the time when you want to get it done. And when you do this, when you do get these forms, it's going to be a couple of months. Maybe there's a chance it'll be quicker. It'll be as quick as can be done, okay? But once we get the form out to you, we need to do this within I was going to say, I like to do it within 2 weeks of sending out the form. The problem is, after 2 months of waiting, there's going to be a lot of people. If I can do 4 consults a day, we're already into the second week. But anyway, we want to do it as quick as possible after it's scheduled. If I'm close to getting out of this body, I'll know to stop. If you had sent up money for a consult and something happened, the money be just refunded to you, refunded. My body is weak, but it's getting stronger, but it's still weak because I don't have stamina. I can get farther along through the house without crutches or without sitting down. Of course, I can't stand long, only for a few seconds. But so even though in a way I'm stronger, I'm still weak. I have lung and heart disease, degenerative joint disease, yada, yada, yada. No sense in wasting time talking about that. I've been very sick since 2015. And the only reason I'm still here is because one reason I'm being kept here by the other side. Well, what was around on the other side. And then the strength of the battery in this body. The stronger the battery that you put in a device, well, the longer it's going to last. So that's why I'm still stuck here. But the thing is, I'm falling down. I'm just shutting down, I should say, slowly but surely. But in the meantime, my ability to see, my ability to act on stuff on the other side, my energy also is excellent. But my abilities, I guess, honestly, I don't guess, I know that because my body is shutting down, more of me can move more freely through it, and more of me is outside of my body. It used to be when I crank people up, I take energy from me and go to you, and that's all it was. Now I do that, but there's so much of me outside of the body, it's part of me, and I'm already there around you anyway, so when I put this energy in you, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the effect. I help you find your energy fields. You feel them for yourself. I can tell if you can feel it or not. I can tell when you feel it. I don't care if we're on the phone. I don't do consults on the phone anymore. But even on the phone, people are like, how do you see that? And it doesn't matter. I'm there. I feel you feeling it. About the strongest thing there is the heart. And most of us are compassionate beings, and we're heart. I don't have people apply, for a consultation and where they're arrogant and abusive and everything else. It's only happened a few times, so. Oh, back feels good now. So, that's not an issue. Besides, as soon as I see you, I feel you. You start talking about a friend, you don't I don't need names or anything. You talk about a friend, it's in your head. I see it on the top part of your head. I go right to the person. Before I had to release part of me to make the feel, I was so big I was around all over the place anyway. I'm always there. Stupid heart. Anyway, so I might not be as jovial as usual in the consultations. Please don't think it's anything personal, because it's not. This body is in bad shape, and it is. It's getting a little stronger, yet it's still shutting down because of the heart and lungs more than anything else. So, consultations and everything, I'm fine. I've already cranked up a couple people a while ago. And I'm doing nothing but getting stronger. By the time we open up for business again, I'll be a lot stronger. And I don't know if I'll be here 2 days. No, I know more than 2 days, but I mean, I don't know if I'll be here a couple of months or a couple of years. I don't know, but I know this body can't keep going. So, and I talked about animal essence and source animals starting to run lives. They did. That one day was beautiful. The next day, some of these enhanced, original first being source enhanced, source energy enhanced human essence folks came over here and started running things again and messing with people's lives. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So I went after them, killed them. Human essence then came in. I've been killing them. Fey essence came in. Some of the heavy hitters that have issues, they came in. Now there's over 8 trillion planets with a whole lot of life. At least 100 plus million lives on it, these planets, at least, minimum. Some of them billions. And there's 8 trillion of them. people are dying on this planet. How fast? One every so many seconds or something? Multiply that times 8 trillion. There's a lot of good people, a lot of good family that we have in creation, but there's scum out there too. So they keep coming, I'll keep killing them. That'll go on until I'm out of here. There's a lot of neat things, for lack of a better word, that have happened during my consultations. I've removed people's, back when they still existed, I've removed people's angels. Excuse me, my back is really screwed up. I got a pillow behind it, and every once in a while it feels congested. I need to crack it. Anyway, I've removed angels, replaced them, put animal essence in instead, removed spirit guides, yada yada. People can feel it. I cranked up someone that was source energy real hard, and it literally blew everything off the top shelf. Not one thing broke. Not one thing hit anything and broke anything, but it literally, everything on the top shelf just came flying off. Yeah, there's one video where a little fairy was following, the heat was following me, moving around behind me. That's kind of funny. And a gentleman, I think he was calling himself Prometheus, the gauntlet, I don't know, Prometheus gauntlet or something. I'll find his video and repost it. I'll see if I can get a hold of him to get his attention, but you know, he won't mind. He's a good person, and he did a little analysis of it, finding it and putting a red circle around and tracking it. I can't do any of that stuff. It's always been important to me that I can help you, make you stronger, change who you are. Instead of being sold, be source soul. Help you realize that your spirit, sentient energy, incredibly awesome, powerful, intelligent, stuck in a body of tar, of flesh, that doesn't allow you to utilize any of your abilities. Like, if you could get 10% of your abilities through your body, you'd be kicking butt. Just to let you know about that and give you all this other information. The creation books and everything, you've never had them. You've never had that information, because the only thing strong enough to bring you that information was me. Because the original ones, all their angels, all the other source, big source stuff, they could beat on me all they want, and it'd be a fight, but you know, I could win. Even the original first being that attacked my brain and screwed it up in here, on the side in that one spot, he's dead. You know, we sell, we're going to start selling the books here as soon as we open up. We'd already bought a pretty good bit, but they go fast. And the cards, the rune cards, extremely helpful. To help you learn how to talk with your spirit guides. When you have a consultation with me, and I go into your brain, and you feel me moving around in there, and working on different parts of yourself, and I teach you how to feel your energy levels, and then I feel it, I do it before we start, and then I go into you, and then the next time you feel it, it's out here, and then I finish doing what I'm doing, and you hold your arms out, they just feel tingly, warm, or whatever. You can't really feel a barrier, and then I tell you, just turn your hands around like this, relax, extend them. You don't fully lock your arms, just relax your arms, extend them, and take your palms aiming outwards, and just relax. And just in your mind, just relax and go to the barrier and feel it, and you'll feel it. I had a large piece of stick of selenite. I'll do it in another video again, but to try and help people understand, as you learn how to develop your natural abilities, the more you use them through the body, the more you understand they're real, the more you understand how to use them, and the stronger they get. And I can hold up a stick of selenite in the video. I hold up a stick of selenite, and I'll tell you, just go ahead and freeze the frame for a minute. Go into the stick of selenite and try to feel it. And some people do it right away. Sometimes it takes a few times. And the next thing you know, you see in the video and you can feel the selenite. It's like, wow, you know, that's weird. Well, you're not here with me. So you went through space. You went a distance to reach it. Number one. Number two, you weren't here when I did it. You're watching a video. You have to go back in time. So although with what we have available here on this planet, that doesn't include ETs and everything, you don't have any way to take your body through time. But the real you, who you really are, spirit inside a body, you can do it all the time. The stronger you are, the stronger your abilities are, the more the ETs want to talk with you and get your help to awaken everyone on the planet. All these people I've cranked up, they're on the list. A lot of them, the strongest of them, have already been contacted. So, by that I mean they're coming in and out of the house. What I said about being contacted is misleading. It's not like they've popped in and said, "Hey, how you doing? We want you to work with us," although some of them have. But they do it telepathically, because that's how most of them talk. Do you know? Okay, one of the strongest telepaths there is in physical creation is to ear, and he's an antid. He's about 10 foot tall and 9-10 foot tall. That's weird. 9'8", 9'10" inches. He said he's getting old enough. He wants to talk after the video. I haven't talked to ear in so long. Anyway, he said he's older now, and he's, they're 100 years old before they really mature, before they're starting a maturing cycle. Over 100. Anyway, he's a really strong telepath. But do you know how to talk to would you know how to talk to a being who's the equivalent of a combination of praying mantis and ant? That's huge like that. They usually normally make clicks and stuff. The only way you can talk to them is with telepathy. That's another thing I've been trying to do. Plus, another reason I'm doing all this, or another reason why it's important, is what I should say, to be more accurate, is when I am gone and I start tearing apart this planet, I'm going to create genocide of the Chinese race, except for the few good people, which is a very, very small percent. Maybe 7 or 8% of the Chinese race will be spared. And that's because of who they are inside. They meet their requirements. They have compassion, and they don't believe in this CCP garbage. Anyone that's been trained in their life to understand that it's all about the CCP, that their lives don't matter, their parents don't matter, I'm just taking them out of body. I'm going to kill their bodies, destroy them, and then take them out and get them back home on the other side where they can heal. And if they're nasty, those that are nasty, which is, everyone in this CCP party, almost every one of them, they're going to die a horrific death. I'm literally going to rip them out through their eyeballs and their mouth. mostly through the eyeballs, and it will leave a mark. You will know when I've done it. And that's not J, that's Arae. That's who I am, Arae in the J body. Just like you are your own person inside the body with a name. How else do you think these bodies run? What makes the body run? Some people say the heart, pumps blood. Okay, what makes the heart run? It's the brain. Okay, what makes the brain run? It all comes down to a question with a very simple answer. Your spirit, sentient energy. That's inside a physical body. When babies are born, stillborn, there's no spirit inside. Like I said, my conscious mind has a lot of issues, especially with time, because I'm not used to seeing time anymore. I haven't for a long time, but now it's more so than it's ever been. It's more pronounced because I'm more myself as Arae than I am this J body thing. I'm close to out of here. So time means nothing because I move through time like birds fly through easier than birds fly through the sky, and much easier. All of you have this ability. That's who you are. So you don't know how awesome you are. You don't know how important you are to creation, but to me and my better half, Lily. She's sleeping. I've seen parts of her that look pretty big and pretty strong, but I forget how strong she is. And then it wasn't until just recently when I came back from my episode with the 2 hospitals and started healing, and I got off those pain pills the doctors had me on. I call them oxymorons, oxycodone. 60 milligrams a day of opium. Yeah, that'll screw your body up. When your body's that messed up, your abilities won't flow through it. That's why I ask people to not smoke weed when they really want to get strong metaphysically, because it messes up your brain. I'll go into you. I can tell you if you've been smoking a lot of weed. I can tell you if you're smoking cigarettes. I can tell you if you're taking strong medication from the doctor. I can tell you if you're taking street drugs. I see it inside your body, inside your brain. When I start tearing up this planet, I want you to know what's happening and why. And then it's not this God thing. So many people running around saying, praise God. For what? Number one, why should you ever praise anything? It tells it that it's better than you. Nothing is any better than you. Nothing. And you, like we, are no better than anything else. This includes me as much or more than it does anyone else. I'm no better than nothing, don't want to be. I don't understand better than. Except for becoming better, I understand. But better than someone else, I have no concept of that. That makes no sense. That's like hitting your hand putting your hand on top of a nail and then hitting your hand to drive the nail in. That's how much sense that makes to me. It's just no. That's another thing. Don't be surprised that your head's going to change. It's going to grow a little bit, maybe a little more over here, a little, less over there, whatever, depending on where you're at. Sometimes it's more here, less there. It does slowly change in size a little bit. I've told people that, and they try to measure the head. You can take a string, tie a string around your head and make a knot, and you want to have it so that it goes, so there's friction going over your head, not loose. There has to be friction where you have to take your nails like this to pull it down over your head, and then you just put it in a dresser drawer or something out of the sun, out of moisture, and then just wait about 6 months and then put it on your head again after getting a DNAICUC and see how it feels. Some people's brains grow larger than others, and the younger people are when they do this, the more my energy goes into you, and the more you get out of it. Excuse me, I'm 65 right now, and I've cranked up plenty of people 65 and older. 65, 80 plus. And they get stronger and everything else, but their head won't grow the same. As, you know, your body's not in a growth mode, so it doesn't grow as much. This is done to enhance you, but it's done with compassion. You'll feel me in your head, okay? The chances are 99 point something out of 100. You're going to feel me in your head. But it's the day after, and if, you know, times after that, where you're going to feel you can feel it stronger, and that's the way it should be. I go in your head, and then your head hurts. It's like, damn, that guy Jay is a son of a bitch. No, this is all about helping. This is all about enhancing. This is all about caring. This is about compassion and desire to serve, to take care of. Now, I understand, you know, we charge money too. Hey, we live in a world where we use money. And for me to keep doing this, it costs money. I can't help it. But like I've said before, especially with younger couples, when you're both cranked up and then you have children, you know, that energy goes in the children. They get a soft crank up, but their DNA, the DNA that you have, the two of you, when changes, their DNA is going to be different. And if you get a DNA test, you're going to have to get a real DNA test. That costs between a few $100 to $1,000. Sometimes I've cranked people up and they go get a DNA test and they said, Jay, my DNA test is the same. And it's been 4 months, 6 months, 8 months. And I said, okay. I said, where'd you go? What'd you get? And then they'll tell me one of those quick lab DNA tests for $20. I said, okay. Now, look at the information in the test. What does it tell you? And then they said, well, it says that I'm from, my DNA says I'm from this part of the world, and my ancestry, you know, is, you know, relative to this and that. I said, okay, great. Why would you expect that to change? You are who you are. I change your DNA into something that's evolved. It is what it is. I make it stronger and evolve it. Strands and everything else. The size of them. It flows more energy through them. Instead of having like a speaker wire that goes from a radio to a speaker, it becomes more like the big wire that comes into your house to feed it power. Now, you go spend $1,000 and get a real DNA test, you're going to find out that you have like a wire going into the house instead of a wire going into the speaker. And you usually find more strands. I'm not going to talk about this but for a second, but I had a DNA test done once. And it cost a few $100. And it was, well, whatever. It was about my son, you know, and I love my son. I have many children, but I'm talking about my son here in physical body on this planet. And he's awesome. Poor guy. He's had a very, very hard life. Well taken care of by some awesome people, because I couldn't be there. I went through hell. His mom went through hell. But I had the DNA test done, and my lawyer said that there's some things with my DNA that the people that did the test, it was for court, so it was an expensive DNA test. And I paid for it. I remember it. It was $500. And that was a while ago. Holy crap, 30 years ago? So anyway, that's like getting a $1,000 test today. And they said that, my lawyer said that you have markers in your DNA which don't have place anywhere. It's like I've said before, I'm a hybrid. I was adopted out of a hospital. So when I was in embryo form, they were messing with my messing with my DNA. The U.S. military and ETs that working together. And then about 8 months, with less than 8 months time, I was back in the hospital. My energy started going crazy and throwing stuff around in this room, medical tools and stuff, and they decided to just get me out of there and just let me be adopted and watch me. The FBI always called me the Freak. That's my name with them still. It's kind of funny. And Odyssey, my channel is Creations Purge. Creation '(S) Purge, and it's all written like one word. There's no space. At Creations Purge is the channel. I'm trying to learn how to use it and how to upload videos. So I have some videos about to come out that are pretty nasty. I got a lot of stuff to say, and it won't be on YouTube. I'll put stuff on as soon as I learn how to use Odyssey properly, and I'm in a process of it. Before I open up the consultations a couple months from now, I'll learn exactly how to use it. I'll be putting stuff out there. I have a lot to say and to tell you. And once I'm gone, if it doesn't happen before I'm gone, I'll be doing it. So then you see it. I tell you about it, then I'm gone. You see it happen. What does that tell you? Well, I guess that crazy old fart, actually knew what he's talking about. Maybe he is this Arae thing. You'll find out, and your life's going to get better. But the way you get rid of cancer is you cut it out. Folks, love you. Take care. Hang in there. Change is coming. Have a good one.